Hello, Craptacklers. You are now flipping over to the B-side.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Craptacklers Presents B-Sides, where we dig through the streaming pile of crap that the internet has to offer to find that rare gem. If you're liking the show, give us 5 stars on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to us. It helps get the Craptacklers word out there. This is Dave, and with me are my uncrappy co-hosts,
Tara.
And Adam. It's the movie sequel that gives you the need. The need for speed. Nope, not Top Gun Maverick. It's Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Here's how IMDB describes this movie. After settling in Green Hills, Sonic, voiced by Ben Schwartz, is ready for more freedom, and Tom, James Marsden, and Maddie, Tika Sumpter, agree to leave him home while they go on vacation. But no sooner are they gone when Dr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey, comes back, this time with a new partner, Knuckles, Idris Elba, that's voiced by Idris Elba, in search for an emerald that has the power to both build and destroy civilization. Sonic teams up with his own sidekick, Tails. Was it Tails? Oh,
Tails?
that's okay. Guys, I'm going to say something. I do need glasses now, and this is a little far for me to see from where it is. Tails!
well, you're doing far better than I would then.
Tails! Voiced by Colleen O'Shaughnessey. And together they embark on a journey to find the emerald before it falls into the wrong hands. Just like my glasses.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Was there a subtitle to this? Like, more hedginess?
No,
more hogginess?
So.
More Sonic-y?
Let's get a burger and milkshake?
It should be Super Sonic, you guys. They totally missed it.
They totally missed the opportunity. This is a Sega movie, which, I am
Sega.
waiting for the Golden Axe movie or Altered Beast movie or why Sonic the Hedgehog? I never got that,
Like, you never got it as a game or for the movie?
Yeah, good question.
No. I mean, I got the game. The game was really simple. Run around, collect rings, run around. Like, that was the game. But what about that makes them go, we can pull a narrative out of this? As opposed to any of those other, action-y, adventure-y movies, video games, you could totally be like, we have to go destroy the dragon, or we have to go redeem ourselves because our village was destroyed. It'd be really easy to take that concept and turn it into a narrative, instead of being like, all right, Sonic the Hedgehog is in remote Washington. What's he doing? We need an owl, we need a cop, and a bumbling cop, and a beautiful wife. By the way, James Marsden and Tika Sumpter would have the most beautiful children, I think.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
Stunning. I'm saying,
and I would be one of them.
Why? Why haven't they had kids in this movie?
Okay, Adam.
Because
first
Sonic
of all,
is their kid.
And it's not appropriate to ask people if they want to have children. We don't know what they've been through. We don't know their fertility journey.
Okay, that's fair. But they did take Sonic in, and he called him Dad at the end of the movie. So it implies to me that they want kids. And maybe you're right. Maybe
again, Adam,
Tara,
it's none of your
you're
business.
You're right. It's none of my business. It's none of my business.
Maybe James Marsden can't get it up.
Okay, first of all, I would not guess that to be true.
Although he plays kind of nerdy in this movie, which was weird, right?
Well, yeah, I would say weird is the right.
Yeah.
But wasn't he in the Easter Bunny movie?
What?
What? Easter Bunny
I don't
movie?
even know what you're talking about.
Hold on, I'm gonna take a second and look this up on
Shazam?
Google Internet.
Is this like Shazam with Shaq?
What we're talking about, by the way, is in the movie, James Marsden and Maddie, so Tom and Maddie, they go to Hawaii because Maddie's sister's getting married. And she's getting married to this, super alpha male, ripped out of his mind dude, who there's a scene where he and his, let's call them CrossFit bro friends, play volleyball against James Marsden and I guess the IT department from the hotel. I don't really know. Stereotypical nerds. And James Marsden's just getting housed over and over again. And what's the weirdest part for me is that he's wearing a short sleeve shirt so you can see his guns.
Oh yes! Oh my God! And like massive guns.
Okay, so
and shaped,
I just
sculpted guns.
I wrote like
I-
the least believable thing in this movie is that James Marsden isn't athletic or hot. Like,
yes.
like that's a pretty big
Oh.
hill to climb. But like, yeah, like that was a ridiculous premise.
Yep.
Okay, so he was in the 2011 movie Hop, which is about a ne'er-do-well CGI bunny who has to become the Easter bunny and learn a lesson or something. So it's very much in his wheelhouse. And I believe there was a Hop too. but I'm not-
How do you go from ne'er-do-well bunny to nerdy guy who can't play volleyball? Like, how is that
Oh,
wheelhouse?
no. He was a nerd. I think he was a nerdy guy in Hop. He wasn't the bunny. He was the bunny's protector or friend.
Oh, and
And so he played the same role as he did with Sonic, being like, oh, I can play against invisible castmates.
I mean, he is a very nice looking guy. Like, I don't mean as in beautiful, although he is beautiful. I mean, he looks like a nice guy. So I kind of get why he plays these supporting, sometimes gentle characters. But you can't lie to me and, like Tara said, say he's not athletic. I mean, come on, people.
No.
Do we want to go there? So I just did a TV show with James Marsden. He was like the lead character in this TV show. And I will say, unquestionably, is a delightful, lovely person and absurdly attractive. Like, just, like, it doesn't, you can't, like, he wears like a black baseball cap and jeans and a t-shirt. I could see him across a fucking stadium and I'm like, that guy's hot. Like, get out of here trying to convince me that he's like an awkward, he's a great actor as well. He could not convince me that he's an awkward, weird dad. Like, it just didn't, it just didn't play. Like, could they have given him like maybe just like out of place? Yes. Or like doesn't fit in? Yes. But to say that like he can't play volleyball with the other hot guys, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he was Top Gun ready.
he was Top Gun
He had
ready.
been playing with the boys.
Yeah. By the way, I realized as I did the intro that Top Gun Maverick came out like a week ago. Why are we doing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and not Top Gun Maverick?
Are you saying we got the lower end of the sequels? Is that what you're saying?
I think we're on a highway to a danger zone. Yeah, that wasn't great. I take that. Cut that out, Dave. No.
I think I'm going to say something that I know that Adam's going to agree with. And that the reason why I was like, kind of like, oh, this is a good excuse to watch this movie is I unabashedly love Jim Carrey.
Yep.
He can,
Yeah.
I don't care what he does. He's going to make me laugh. He's going to commit 110,000%. And he's going to bring something, whether or not it's right or it's wrong, it's going to be funny.
Yeah. I have it written down. I will watch Jim do anything, and in this case, it was make tea or coffee out of mushrooms.
Yeah.
But like,
Yes.
it frustrated me because at its core, this is a physical comedy movie. This is
Yes.
not a clever movie.
No.
It is like a physical comedy's just below that bathroom humor style movie.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating when you have someone with the talent of Jim Carrey having to play against CGI because you
Yeah.
just can't match that energy. You can't, there's no give and take. Like any scene where it was Jim Carrey and like his helper,
Yeah.
you know what I
Yes.
mean? Was great. That was a lot of fun, or, the scenes with James Marsden and Tika and her sister, well, they were a lot of fun because they were like, very talented, big comedic actors doing their thing. But like you show Ben Schwartz's blue hedgehog or Idris Elba's red hedgehog, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of deflates it.
Yeah, I feel like I was, and I think that Jim Carrey has a great opening scene. Like, it's very compelling. You're like, okay, he's been, isolated to this planet. He's obviously got a lot of reason to come back. Okay, great character, needs, wants, whatever. I feel like they really did trap him on a green screen stage because he has like nowhere to go. Like, I'm like, you give him yes, he will make a freaking mountain out of a piece of sand, but you have to like build the mountain around him. And in this case, I was waiting for that the whole movie, and it just like, you have animated characters, they can do anything. They can do anything around Jim Carrey. So make them do something.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't seem like Jim Carrey had it in his contract that they were allowed to put CGI characters to share a screen with. Because think thinking back on it, the only things he really shares the screen with is, I guess Knuckles a little bit, which is the red
Sure.
muscle bound Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, yeah.
Yep.
And his robot. Now that I think about it, that whole theory is bullshit. There's no theory there. That's just nothing.
Can we talk about Idris Elba in this for a second? And I want to pose this question to you guys.
Was he the best thing in the movie?
No.
No.
Can you guys name a comedy that Idris Elba did and it was good?
No.
I don't know if I could name a comedy that he did.
He's
unless
not
you
a
count
couple.
Star Trek 3.
Well, I mean, you can't argue with the fact the guy's a great actor. I mean, fantastic actor. No word of a lie. But, the funniest thing I ever think I saw him in was he does a music video with Macklemore called Dance Fight, where they're all getting into a dance fight. And that's about the total extent of his comedic prowess for me. And so I thought it was really odd to have him in this movie. You know what I mean? Especially against the heavyweights that are there comedically.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was Raymond's brother from Everyone Loves Raymond.
Brad, what's
Because
his
of that.
name?
Brad.
Garrett?
Oh, God.
Garrett.
Bradley
Yep.
Garrett.
Brad Garrett.
Yep.
Because of the deep voice and kind of the New York accent.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what accent he was doing there, but yeah.
It was weird.
And when I was writing up the thing today, I was like, wait, that's Idris Elba? Idris?
Oh boy, we got a Velocipaster situation.
Oh,
Yeah, we do have a
We should watch a
Velociraptor.
bunch of Idris Elba movies just for Dave.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Go on about Idris Elba. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was shocked that it was him. After seeing the movie, what is he doing in this movie?
It's
And,
called getting a paycheck, Dave. It's
Oh,
called
yeah.
getting
no,
a
it's
paycheck.
totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. It just surprised me. I don't know. It just really surprised me. I have to say though, I really enjoyed Knuckles throughout. He was just kind of this kind of dumb thunderhead. And I just found his lines kind of funny. There's this one part where Robotnik and his sidekick are texting someone. I think the cop or someone trying to get them in a trap. And it has that Apple iPhone thing of the dots for the response. And Knuckles is reading the response going dot, 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 dot,
Yeah.
dot,
Yeah,
dot. It's just that kind of humor.
I guess, but see-
and I gotta have to say, this is Sonic 2. I feel like you're raising the bar a little bit, and I was afraid I might have raised the bar too high. Because I have some
Look, I went into this with
hate notes on it too.
I went into this with zero expectations, and I haven't said I hate the movie in any way, shape, or form.
And it reached your expectations.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, this was a movie that was not for me, and that's fine. Like, this is totally a kids movie, but when you have someone like James Marsden or Jim Carrey, like, I feel confident that I can watch this movie and still find nuggets to be like, Jim
Yeah.
Carrey, James Marsden, like. Yeah, but that's just my opinion.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's interesting because as this movie was going, you immediately know, like, okay, this is a kid's movie. It's a family film, right? But Pixar makes family films. Lots of people make family films.
Yeah.
And I'm not, like, I was struggling beyond being excited to see more James Marsden, but I was struggling to just go, like, okay, so fine, this movie's not reinventing the wheel, right? We're not really, like, pushing any boundaries of plot, but it was almost like it was so formulaic. We all know what's going to happen next. We know what this character is probably going to do. We know what Jim Carrey's going to do. I just felt a little like, I think it was a little too boring. And I think even for kids who are very savvy, like kids who watch things, they need to be a little bit more entertained. And I was a little like, okay, guys.
Hey there, we'll be right back.
Hey, you guys, this is Tara, and boy, oh boy, do I wish I was about to talk to you about some super cool product or like a neat movie coming out, but I'm not, because America. Here at Cinema Craptaculous, we recognize that the medical privacy rights of millions of American women are no longer protected, and that safe and affordable reproductive care will not be accessible to women in every state. Each month, we'll share a podcast or organization that helps highlight and support women's reproductive rights and access to safe health care.
And this is John to tell you that this month we'd like to highlight WRRAP, which stands for Women's Reproductive Rights Assistance Project. WRRAP is a nonpartisan, nonprofit organization that helps bridge the financial gap for disadvantaged people who seek an abortion or emergency contraceptives. You can find more information and donate at wrap.org. That's WRRAP.org. Thank you. And now, back to the show.
The movie starts with Sonic the Hedgehog saving, and fucking up a bank robbery type of thing. He messed it up. He destroyed it. You destroyed a city block type of thing.
Yeah.
And so James Marsden takes him out in a rowboat, and he gives him what I'm going to call the Uncle Ben from Spider-Man speech.
Sure.
About responsibility. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to him talk. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to Uncle Ben James Marsden?
Yeah.
Like, are they going to have
I thought
like...
so for a minute too. I was like, oh dude, he's dead. He's going to get eaten by a shark.
Like, how amazing would that have been if like
so much better.
Sonic goes out and he's like saving the day, and then Robotnik shows up and like ices James Marsden.
Yeah.
And then like that would have been... But instead, they set up like 6 different movies in this movie and never really pay any of them off.
Yeah.
Like it starts as a moral story because you got a morality story because you got James Marsden being like, look, Sonic, you're not ready to be a hero. You're only ready to be a hero when you put other people before yourself. And I'm like, okay, so it's that movie. And then it's like, oh, it's a quest movie because Sonic's got to go on to these crazy places and find all these things. And I'm like, oh, so it's a quest movie. And then like, oh, but it's also like a weird freaky comedy. It was like 80
like a buddy
things.
comedy almost.
Yeah, buddy comedy. It's just 80 different movies in one.
And then there was the whole subplot of I really wish I had like everything at my fingertips. Linear thought, exactly.
Cool.
That's what I need.
Well, there was the second storyline of like the wedding, right?
The
like,
wedding,
and who she's marrying,
which is the sister-in-law, and she's marrying some guy,
Hunky McBrewster,
and Punky McBrewster.
No, Hunky.
How dare you?
Hunky McBrewster.
There you go.
Sorry, I thought you said Punky. I was
Hunky.
Okay, I'll roll with it. But that took about 20 minutes of the movie to set it up and then to be at the wedding where they trap Sonic. And I thought every moment of that was so painful because it's so far off the beaten path of the actual movie. If I were 12 years old, 10 years old, 8 years old, that's where I'd be like so bored.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. True. Very true.
Well, yeah, so the thing is like she's marrying an undercover FBI, right? And her whole thing is if Sonic ruins another event, or if James Marsden ruins another event of mine, I'm gonna kill you. Like, this is terrible. And then, so it happens again, so he ruins another event. But then it doesn't really pay off. Like, she doesn't really, like, I don't know, like, it kind of falls away, except for the fact that Sonic is, arrested her.
Well, and they called it Operation Catfish, which was kind of funny and insulting.
Yeah, it's mean.
Because during the wedding, it's revealed that her fiance is actually an FBI agent, and he's just undercover doing all this to capture Sonic. And then they had to spend about 10-15 minutes with him in order to, like, say, no, he really loves her, and he at first was just doing this to capture Sonic, but now he really loves her, and they're going to be happy ever after. Which was too much to put into this type of movie.
Well, and I feel like there's a lot of trying to cram stuff in. Like, for instance, Tails. The whole character of Tails, which is Sonic's, sidekick in the video games, they did not even try to explain who Tails was, what Tails is doing. Tails was like, I'm here! And Sonic's like, let's go! And we're like, how the hell do you know this fox? And why is it, like, they don't even bother explaining it. They say something as trite as, like, because Sonic was doing some, like, moving really fast, he lets out this energy burst, and then Tails watches him like a voyeur for, 6 months before coming down to, like, hang out. But it had a lot of those moments in it. Those moments where, like, you're like, oh, we have to deal with this. Oh, we have to, like, blow this out for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of the thing about the voyeur, everyone, it seems to walk in on Sonic while he's doing something. And there seems to be this undercurrent of a jerking off joke that they don't really touch upon, but it's kind of crazy. It's like, if he is your kid, maybe knock.
Yeah.
Just knock.
Agreed. Little privacy.
Also, it feels like, just talking about this movie and all these extra storylines, this movie is about 30 minutes too long for family.
Oh,
yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I was like, when I looked at it, I was like, this is 2 full hours? Like, this is a lot.
You know what, though? That being said, I would have taken another 30 minutes of that Russian dance scene, because that was amazing. Those
Oh
guys
my God.
were outstanding. Real quick, Sonic and Tails have to like go to Siberia for some stupid reason to find another, a MacGuffin that'll lead them to another MacGuffin and blibbity blobbity blue. So they're in a snowstorm. They walk into a random tavern and they're all going to get their butt kicked by a Russian like gang of, crazies. And then Tails says something in Russian, which ostensibly challenges someone in the bar to a dance-off. And this dude walks forward. He takes off his shirt. He's got a tattoo of himself on his shirt, on his chest.
Right.
And then he proceeds to dance
Oh,
it was amazing. Like, you picture like the Russian dancing where you're squatting down, your legs are kicking up, and I thought that's what it was going to be. But this guy was...
he was like doing it one-legged and sideways.
He was athletic.
Yeah, he was athletic.
And then the whole thing gets ruined because there's a CGI, like they cut to Sonic and Tails and they dance back at him as CGI, and it just looks so stupid. Like, it was...
And the dance was not as good as what the bar guy did.
I agree. But it had more popular music, which is why I think they won.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. So
Was it 98 degrees?
Whatever. Anybody. First of all, I had looked up this movie because I was having a problem, and I thought maybe it's because I didn't watch the first one. Like, I have to say, like, when I first got into it, I was like, I just kind of wish I understood like why Sonic is with James Marsden and the wife. Like, because I was like, I just kind of needed like a little hint of backstory of like why is James Marsden in charge of Sonic. So I paused the movie for a second and I looked it up, and it was very simple like sort of like explanation. I was like, okay, fine. But then I like just like looked at a couple of fun facts about this movie. So I just want you guys to be like, you might ask questions about why did all these actors want to do this movie, or like why did they agree?
Please.
Here's what else. This was the biggest video game movie opening weekend in the U.S. and Canada ever, making $319 million. It's opening again.
What?
Wow. This is the first one, right?
No, this is Sonic 2.
The second one.
Oh my God.
Well, after 2 years of being inside,
Kids are like, let me out. And families are like,
let's
whatever.
go see Sonic 2.
I'll just repeat that. The biggest video game movie opening weekend in the U.S. and Canada ever.
Wow.
$319 million. That's
insane. That's Marvel money.
That's Marvel money.
That's Marvel money.
So, yeah.
Right.
So, by the way, get ready for Sonic 3 is what I'm going to guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be 2.5 hours.
It might be 3. There'll be an intermission in the middle.
The deputy guy will have his own 30-minute storyline.
I'm gonna have a maybe unpopular. Sure, the script was a little formulaic and like we're going after this one thing that will save the other things. Okay, fine. I'm willing to accept that for a kid. Fine. Jim Carrey gives me all of the he's a great kids villain.
Oh, yeah.
He should do more. He's exactly what I want for kids. Like, he's fun. He gets it. It's great. Okay, so I feel like John Ralphio should not be the voice of Sonic. I just say.
Oh, Ben Schwartz. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did anybody watch Parks and Rec? Like, are we?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Parks and Rec. He was also in The After Party. He's in a ton of movies now. Ben Schwartz is very funny comedian.
He's very funny.
Yep.
I think he's great. But again, he's John Ralphio. And I just was like, he's like, Sonic is like he should be like fast paced and talk. I just was like, maybe this is not the voice that Sonic makes me want to see more.
Maybe that's fair. I mean,
I think that's fair. While I was watching this movie, I distinctly had the thought, I think Ben Schwartz would be really good at playing Sonic.
You did not.
I did. And he didn't sound Ben Schwartzy to me. He just sounded like a average. Like, when I think of Ben Schwartz, I think of a very, maybe, and it's not even the Ralphio tone. It's a faster paced, more obnoxious kind. It's like they pulled him back and didn't let him go like full. The Schwartz was not with them.
The Schwartz was not with them. I
don't know. It like his portrayal of this character struck me as a guy who had just done a shit ton of cocaine and was about to do an improv show. Like, that is
John Ralphio.
That's the vibe I got. And like, I think you're spot on by saying John Ralphio, because it was like, he's like, nope, this, no, this, how about this? What do you like? This? Is it this? Because I'll give you that, and then there's this. And it's like, Jesus, man, dial it down.
I don't think it's his fault. Like, this happens a lot. I guess it's like, obviously you're directed one way. I don't, maybe like that was the thing for me where I was like, no, it's just kind of borderline unwatchable. Like, I don't really like Sonic. I don't know. Like, there's also, they said this movie had been in development for like 10 or 15 years, which is, again, it's an IP. People know you got to make something out of nothing.
Sonic 1, right?
And I don't know. I was like, what do we feel about Sonic? I don't know. It's the same with like Mario and Luigi. Like, I feel like, what do we feel? I don't know if this what I needed Sonic. Like, did Sonic need to be adopted by a human family?
Well,
I don't know.
I think the problem is they don't, like, they start by giving them a tragic backstory. Because I've seen Sonic 1, and what happens at the beginning of Sonic 1 is he has this owl person who he hangs out with, whose name is Longclaw, by the way, which doesn't make any sense because she's an owl. It should be Long Talon. Never mind. Point is, so the owl is like, hey, we're being attacked by all these creatures. Here's a bunch of teleporting rings. Get out of here, Sonic. And then the owl gets butchered. And Sonic's like alone as a little kid being like, no. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be dark. And then they immediately backtrack on it. They immediately make it like, nope, he's not scarred by that at all. He is still wacky and silly and funny. And there's no consequences for that event. There's no emotional consequences. There's no, heartbreak. It's just like he goes, I'm sad. And then chili cheese dog. And it's like, well, what the hell, man? Like, give me some growth. Give me some arc.
It's so funny you say that, because in the first 5 minutes of this movie, when we were with Robotnik on the Mushroom Planet, I was like, oh, this may be better than I anticipated.
Me too!
And then it cut to Sonic and James Marsden having a chit chat, and I was like, oh, this is not going to be as good.
Yeah.
And speaking of the arc thing, what I found so frustrating about it was anytime they faced an obstacle, the only lesson they learned, the only thing they did was, let's try harder.
Yeah.
Like, there was no growth or anything. Like, the obstacles didn't provide a moment of growth. It was just like, during the dance scene, the Russian guys kicking their ass at dance, and they're like, I don't know what to do. I know, let's put on a song, and I will multiply into like 100 people and we'll all dance together. Okay. Sonic didn't improve his dancing at all. He just danced more.
Yeah.
When Knuckles was underneath the column underwater and Sonic was trying to get him, like, he didn't change what he was doing to lift it up. He was just like, hey, why don't you push 2 and we'll get this off of you. It was just every obstacle felt like they just turned it into a non-obstacle because they just were like, let's do it again.
I mean, that's how I face all obstacles. I just keep doing it until I get it right.
Yeah, that's what
Well, I mean, why change?
Yeah.
If you keep banging your head against the wall, eventually the wall gets knocked down.
You guys, that's how I got here. That's how I got to this podcast. Kept doing it, doing the same thing. Everything's fine.
I don't know. Should we rate this thing?
I feel like we've been very sad and mellow on this whole podcast, and like that makes me sad about Sonic. Sonic made us mellow.
It's true.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think at heart there's not a lot to talk about on Sonic.
Not really.
I mean, we've been doing it for 35 minutes. It's not.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I don't know why. Because it's a half hour too long.
It's a half hour.
But I think it in my opinion, it wasn't a movie. Like, there wasn't a story of a character. It was just a bunch of, nostalgia and, IP.
Yeah.
That, oh, it's cute because he drinks the bubble of oxygen underwater just like he did in the video game. And Tails is flying because he has 2 tails and his name is Knuckles and he punches people. Like, it's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we won all those things. Like, if you remember the video game, which I did not. Like, I don't remember those, but I remember the video video game. Like, you wouldn't put that in with also like a Sonic as a being who grows or changes or like has anything effect, right?
Right.
Like,
well, the
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
ends with him going Super Saiyan. Dragon Ball Z fans out there, he totally glows bright yellow. And, like, he's a blue hedgehog, and he turns bright yellow because he somehow achieves status of being, like, better and faster than everybody else by, I guess, trying harder. I don't know. And then
That's exactly what happened.
and then they immediately undercut it because he's like, he can do anything now. And then he has a chili cheese dog, and bah.
And comedy reigns supreme.
Yeah.
Nacho supreme. So we have a 3-tiered rating system here. The top tier is Cinema Craptaculous. This is a must-see. The middle tier is Craptaculous, totally watchable on a Sunday afternoon. And the third is Utter Crap, speaks for itself, hard pass.
I'm going to give this Craptaculous because Jim Carrey. Carrey, and
Yep.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, this is his last movie, right? He said he's done?
Well, unless they make Sonic 3.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do that. But, like, I don't know. They look like they killed him off pretty hard in this one. But
I don't
supposedly,
know. There's 319 million reasons why he might do it again.
fair.
Right?
But-
right?
I mean, like, supposedly this is his last movie, and he can do no wrong. I love him to death. And the movie is just, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just fine. And,
Yes.
that's why I'm saying Craptaculous.
That's its biggest crime. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason, I give it Craptaculous. It's watchable on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Especially if you fast forward through the wedding parts.
Yeah. Or if you're just doing chores and, that's on in the background.
Yes.
Fine. Yeah.
Yeah, same Craptaculous. You can watch, like, your kids can totally watch this without any problems or any, like, they don't need supervision. Everything's fine. Like, they'll
Yep.
watch a movie. There will be nothing upsetting for them. It's just upsetting that, like, for us, that you just didn't do a little bit, just one script revision more.
Yeah,
That's
they
it.
have the talent in the cast. They
They
could
got
have
the
done.
talent.
Mm-hmm.
Just one last thing though. What if they got Andrew Dice Clay to play Knuckles?
Oh,
Hey!
Hickory dickory dock. Yeah, I'd watch that.
yeah.
I mean, then you...
boppity boop.
Then
I
you-
kick you in the poop.
It's good. It was good, Dave. It's good.
I thought it was good.
Solid.
Good
I
dice.
thought it was decent.
It was a good dice.
Well, thanks for joining us on this B-Side Cinema Craptaculous journey. This is Dave, and ever present with me are...
Tara!
Oh, and Adam.
Hey!
And don't avoid that pile of crap. Dive right in, because you never know what you just might find.
Hey!
Sonic the
Oh.
Hedgehog. You can't catch what you can't see. I think that's the theme song.
Was
That was the theme
that
song?
the theme song?
I think so. Or as a child, I made it up, and you
You-
should be impressed because I was a child.
We should be
I
interested
thought
because you
you-
were a child?
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't just exist like you are right now, Adam?
No, you think I would, right?
Not like we did? You grew?
Not
Wait.
everyone's born in a tube.
Adam, I have a lot to tell you about how everyone's born. It's not in
Oh.
Oh God, Dave's dying.
No, well.
I'm dying.
All right.
Aw.
I'm stopping.
I'm
I
sorry.
made a tea and I left it downstairs.
Thanks again for joining us on our Cinema Craptaculous Presents B-Sides Journey. Subscribe to Cinema Craptaculous on iTunes or Spotify. And if you weren't totally offended, or even if you were, please rate us on iTunes. It helps us get the Craptaculous word out there. And remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter @Craptaculous.